partly cloudy again this morning. I like to see some sunshine. Come on, Tux. Let's go, bud. Let's go, let's go. Yep, everybody seems to be doing good. JB's up, headed in the house for his paper. Hi, Morris. Hi, honey. Hi. It's raining leaves today. Surprise, surprise. Well, all the kitties appear to be doing good. I didn't mean to startle you, Panther. Hi. You come say hi? Come here. Come on. More rub-a-dub? Come on, bud. He's a good boy. Good morning. So it's just a nice, slow Sunday morning here. Don's got his coffee, his paper. JB's assumed the position. It's a very similar position, I might say. But we were looking at the Tesla 5 for coming back from Florida. JB asked a question about whatever. And one of the things we noticed is you guys were stopped total coming home for an hour and 33 minutes. So JB, did you like the electric car? Did it take too long? Did it, what, just real?
No. The problem of coming home was that usually when I come home in my truck, I get to stop, go around the rest areas. I only stop for gas like once, maybe twice on the way home. But this time, it was like, I said, Daddy, I'm going to go pee, I'll be right back. And then as soon as I got back, I said, well, let's go. And I'm like, what do you mean, let's go? I just put pee and that's it. They said, yeah, we got to go. The car's ready. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, I want to read my book a while. He said, no, we got to go. And so I was like really disappointed that we didn't have enough charging time.
Yeah, this is like the third time he's told this story, and I've been meaning to record it. But seriously, JB said it was too fast. Well, every time I've tried to go somewhere with Michelle and the kids and I want the car to charge while we eat dinner at the Outback or something, there's not enough time. I end up having to move the vehicle. I mean, yeah. Don and I, there's some sweet stop between 15 and 25 minutes for us between going to the bathroom, getting a drink, stretching our legs, and the car's ready and we're ready. So
I get a car, I'll just stop at little chargers that don't charge very fast.
Right.
That way I have some time to eat, have a snack, read my book for a while or something. Yeah, Donnie, it's like, let's go.
Yeah, well, for me, I'm ready to go, but since I'm a little bit conservative with the range, just sitting there and checking Facebook for another 5 or 10 minutes, even though the car's ready to go, answering an email or doing something, that works good for me. So
yeah, well, I would say that skipping superchargers now is probably going to be a common thing because it kept saying, the car saying, okay, you can continue your trip, meaning we can leave this supercharger and we have enough range to get to the next supercharger. Well, we skipped 2 superchargers because I said, well, we're going to arrive at like 21% or something like that. This thing's going to charge slow. So we would skip that and we'd get, the one we skipped, we arrived at 11% and the other one we arrived at 7%. Now, some people might be a little nervous but again, having taken several trips down, and I know Jules, I know how the superchargers, we can count that when we arrive at the supercharger, it's going to work. I totally get it. If you're traveling with some other cars and you're not on the supercharger network, you probably need to be very conservative because you don't know where your next charging stop, if it's going to be available, how long you're going to have to wait, all those kinds of things. But
well, it wasn't wintertime either, and the car never told you couldn't make it. It just had a recommendation that was different than what you did.
Recommendations were fine.
Yeah,
that's right. There was absolutely no problem, and with its recommendations, it would have been. I told JB the Tesla's they're going the opposite way I want them to go. But hey, I'm just me. But what they're trying to do is remove any thinking. When you just do what the car tells you to do, and you're going to make a very efficient, very quick, and you're never going to have to worry about range trip. So wherever you want to go, if you just follow what the car says to do, Don't even think about it. Just do what the car says, and you're going to get there probably as quick as you're going to do with mental gymnastics. And I did a little, oh, well, we do this, we could do that. You know, I did my imitation of
You
Kyle.
just like to think about it.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
want
you and
all
I,
the
we
little
like,
details.
right, we like that extra thought process. But
not
some people,
necessary.
don't
Not
want it.
necessary at all.
Yeah,
Just
well, I've
drive.
come to the conclusion that Tesla needs to have supercharging modes like it has sport, comfort, steering, or autopilot, you know, aggressive, average, or whatever. They need to have supercharging profiles. So I want to be aggressive. I only want to stop, you know, I want to stop the least amount of time.
Yeah,
I don't need more than 2 minutes to go to the bathroom. That kind of speed.
Yeah.
And then also I'm out for a Sunday ride with my wife today, and we want to check out all the places we stop, and we're going to walk around and do a video or two. We're in we could say we're in Marianne mode today or something. I'm sort of convinced that they need to have supercharging profiles like that, because the car has all this information. And I think what we're saying is sometimes we want to move. We get a groove. You know, when you were headed out to Jack's funeral, you just wanted to get there. You were on a time schedule. You needed to get there as quick as possible. And other times you're on vacation and you're really not in a rush, and 10 minutes isn't going to make or break your day. And you just kind of want to be in the relaxing mode, the place that has the ice cream stop or whatever. So maybe someday we'll have supercharging trip profiles.
Well, in the meantime, I think that's a great idea. I like that idea. I'll accept a list of my favorite superchargers.
Yep, that would be cool too.
In other words, there's so many superchargers now that I'm kind of getting this one's confused with that one, and so when I go to a supercharger, or before I do my trip, I can say my preferred. Don't absolutely have to stop here. But if I have a choice between this one or the one 20 miles down the road, I want this one.
Right. Johnny knows exactly which one he wants you to stop at between here in Florida now that's got the food he wants to get for lunch.
Yeah.
And you just need to plan your stops around whichever one he wants to stop at for lunch. It's pretty.
What's important to me is I don't want to go through shopping centers and wind around a couple traffic lights.
Right. 10 minutes to get to the supercharger. That ruins the whole stop.
I want a right turn, charge, left turn, right turn.
I think we've decided we like Buc-ee's, especially going south.
Yes, Buc-ee's would be an example of going south, but going north is not so great.
Yeah, well, I like that, favorites, because we definitely have one or two that we never want to stop at again.
Yeah, I mean, I would stop at Buc-ee's both directions.
Right, it's worth the extra inconvenience of the turn, but...
And it's not really that inconvenient, but the other Florence supercharger, that one, if you're going on 95, I would avoid that one like the plague, because it's like 5 minutes, it's like Rocky Mount. You have to exit and go on I-20 over to it, charge up, and then get back on I-20 to get back to I-95. It's a real ordeal. It's going to cost you an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I guess another thing along the line, too, is say, okay, you pick this one, but I just really don't want to stop there. You ought to be able to say, pick the next one I can get to.
Just my
charge. I don't like this one, pick another one.
That's right.
That's on my route, and it can either come back and say, can't do that, or this one.
Right. And again,
because you basically had to manually do that based on your preferences.
Yeah, well, back in the day when you basically had it was this supercharger or nothing, I can understand it. But now, it's like I said, some people like this. Johnny likes the one down there at that Stuckey's with the Dairy Queen. I mean, God knows I like that one too. And so,
well, I think there was one with the Chick-fil-A or a Wendy's or something that was also a preferred stop around lunchtime or whatever. The Dairy Queen is more of an afternoon, treat or whatever. Yeah. But
the Dairy Queen is good anytime.
Yes, right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We've got Ruby because she's out and basically blocking Jules's door, and it's just simpler this week. We're over here at the Greenway, and there is a good bit of color. It's looking really pretty. Sure looking pretty around the lake. So we're thinking benches, Donnie?
That's what
Eagle Scout project, maybe?
Very much.
There's 3 of them. Certainly looks like the kind of platform area you would build for a bench. Hey, sweet Milo. Oh, I didn't mean for you to get up today, but I will pat your head. Hi, buddy. Meow. You have Stripe's talk and Marty's demeanor. Hi, Milo. Hi, bud. Hi, buddy. An hour and 12 minutes and right at 3 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we saw both Ruby the dog, and I threw her ball a couple times, and Milo the cat. So,
Yeah.
And the leaf color was all good. It's going on 2. Well, instead of blowing on the driveway today, I'm gonna blow on the grass. Sorry, guys. You're not gonna be too happy with me, but I love you. I'll be quick, and then you can come settle right back down. I wondered what Stripe was looking at. Stripe's looking at the gray vulture that's in the bat box. Well, on the platform for the back box. I've seen them on the roof before. I've not ever seen one standing up there. Yeah, you shouldn't probably try to take him out. He's a big bird. So what's on today's project menu?
Well, we're gonna take this thing apart
That's the old dishwasher motor.
and see if we can salvage something out of this to replace in your other dishwasher that you. Donnie says it's been making a noise. So
It
that's-
sounds loud now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's either, it could just be a bearing in the pump rather than the motor. Because he said this one here you do, it's the motor because it smells
Oh
really
yeah,
good,
it
yeah.
did. It did.
So,
Yep. Yep.
We'll see. We probably will end up destroying this actually, but you know, there's always hope.
Well, I went through 2 7-amp-hour batteries and did all of the yard and a real quick pass down the driveway, and then I cut back the ferns over here. You know, I'm going to be cutting stuff back on and off, excuse me, for the next month. I can only do a little bit at a time, and I do what, you know, I'm kind of doing what really looks bad and then go from there. So, hey buddy. Hi. I'm back on the Vampire Castle cooking bacon, so while I'm hanging out in the kitchen, it's a good time to build. Look at all the pretty bacon.
Look at that single serving size.
You cannot eat all of that.
Watch me, bet me, challenge me.
We got ham coming.
Double dog
We got
down.
ham coming for dinner.
Oh, okay.
And ice cream later. Don't
Okay.
eat it all.
All right, I won't eat all. You don't have to double dog
But
down me.
all meat, not all means you can still have 4 to 6 pieces.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a snack.
Well, it's time to stop for dinner. I've done pretty good staying out here watching stuff and working on Legos. This has a really complicated wheel, fancy spinning thing that goes inside of it, and that was part of my decision to stop now. You can see I added a good bit more onto this today. So it's coming. We sure have been enjoying Wham Bam Tesla Cam at dinner this week. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Our ham turned out good. And I'm fixing to get the ice cream on because never mind the ham, the ice cream is the much anticipated part of the program. Yeah, JB's got the extra chocolate going on there, baby.
Yep.
Looking good.
Yep.
Well, Johnny is all about the caramel syrup and a few hidden chocolate chips. But let's see yours, Donnie, because I think yours is coming over the...
mine's
I think yours is...
amateurish.
Come on, I think it's going
Amateurish.
over the top there. Woo,
Amateur.
baby, look at...
Amateurish.
This is mine.
Yes.
Just plain ice cream.